Hi, my name is Dr. Eddie Ramirez and I have with me Jill Siebel. Today we're going to demonstrate you how to use a polar monitor. When you receive your polar monitor, you will receive a little box like this. If you open this box, you will find the following items. First, you're going to find your watch. Then, if you open further, you will find a little band. And also, you're going to find some manuals and a little guarantee card that we recommend you fill up and send as soon as possible. So the way that you use this watch is the following way. First, you put little water on the electrode side of your receiver band. After it's wet, then you put it under your breast if you're a woman, or put it under your heart if you're a male. Remember that the band goes under your clothes. Just for demonstration purposes, she's putting it over her clothes. Let's assume that her heart rate is set up already in her watch, and she's going to go ahead and climb on the stair. You can hear that the alarm is ringing. That means that she is not doing her exercise in the zone that she is supposed to. As she continues, her heart rate increases, and now you hear that the alarm stops. She is exactly on the zone that she is supposed to be exercising. Then you hear that it started beeping again. That means that she went over her heart rate zone. She needs to stop. Then you hear that it stops the alarm. And once it starts beeping again, hear it? Okay, now she starts again. And you go on further like that. Anytime that you hear that alarm that is going over your maximum zone, then you need to stop, wait for it to stop, and then continue. That's the way it goes. As you can see, it's very easy to use your heart rate monitor, read your manual, and set up the settings correctly. In a moment, we're going to show you how to determine the zone that you are supposed to exercise. Well, let's talk about how are you going to find out what is going to be your target zone. Well, it's very simple. You can see on the screen the little formula that we usually recommend. You're going to need your resting heart rate, and you're going to notice that that resting heart rate is going to improve as your fitness improves. And the objective of this formula is that you're going to get two numbers which you're going to put on your little watch. And that formula is 220 minus your resting heart rate minus your age. You multiply that by 0.4, and then you add again your resting heart rate. How are you going to have that resting heart rate? Well, it's very simple. What we recommend for you to do is to put that band, go to sleep, and in the morning, first thing you do in the morning, you're going to get your watch and take a reading of what your current heart rate is. That's going to be your resting heart rate. As you progress in your fitness, you probably need to be updating this formula because your resting heart rate is going to improve. Let's do a real example on how to find those intervals. You know the formula, isn't it? So let's go and see on the screen. Let's assume that you have 50 for your resting heart rate and that you have 25 years. So then we start 220 minus your resting heart rate, which is 50. So 220 minus 50, that's 170. Then we're going to subtract your age. 170 minus 25. That gives us 145. Now that we have that 145, we multiply by the constant 0.4. That gives us 58. Then we add again your resting heart rate. So 58 by 50, that's 108. Okay, so now you have that number. And then you need to create the interval that you're going to put in your watch. So then we see in the screen, you add 5 heartbeats and you subtract 5 heartbeats. So if you have that number 108, then you're going to end up with an interval of 103 to 113. So again, to summarize, what we're going to do, anytime you start your exercise, your alarm will beep, 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 beep. Exercise a little bit harder. Then your alarm will stop once you are in your right zone, and it will stop. You're on your zone. You continue doing exercise, and if the upper alarm rings, that means that you go over 113 for this example in particular. That means you need to rest. You need to wait. You're going to go into your zone. You still don't do exercise. You wait still. Then until you go in the bottom zone, beep, 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 beep. That means you need to start again. I hope you enjoy doing your exercise and getting as fit as you can doing interval training.